Hey, Edwin from Making an Impact here, owner of Fox Sound Advertising, and I'm just going to jump into what this video is about today: sustainable growth in 2023, how to add a successful recurring revenue model to your business with real life examples. Now, if you've been facing the cash flow, up and down roller coaster, the feast or famine, if it's tough to make long-term decisions, this video is going to be for you. We're going to go over like what's keeping you from being able to relax in your business and actually increase some passive income. We'll break down a few different ways that you can create recurring revenue models in your business today, like at the snap of your fingers. And also in a minute, I'll show you how you can create free evergreen assets that pump leads and customers into your business on a monthly recurring basis as well. But before we do that, let's make sure you've actually got a monthly recurring, subscription model, customer model, something like that going on in your business. Now, if your cash flow is up and down, this is what will mitigate, one of the things that can mitigate that very, very, very quickly. Especially, I'm sure since you're watching this, you've already got some momentum. You've got a business, you've got, clients, you've been doing this for a while. It's not where you would like it to be. You'd always love to grow. You kind of deal with some of the seasonal things, or you get real busy and, you fulfill for clients, you sell lots of products, but then your marketing kind of slides. And so now, you got to go find more customers and things like that. And that, like, well, if I just, closed the deal once, if I had someone sign up for something once and they kept paying me month after month after month for the same service or product, man, that would be so much easier, right? Because at the end of the day, you've probably heard the statistic that it's so much more expensive to acquire a new customer than it is to keep an old one or to sell something else to an old customer, a second, third, fourth, fifth time. And so we want to focus on your the 80/20, the lever that's going to get you the most leverage, that's going to get you the most time freedom, financial freedom, so you can focus on your passion and go make an impact in the world. That's what this channel is all about. Is, hey, we're business owners, but at the end of the day, we're not business owners just to make money. We're business owners to get that freedom so we can go work on the things we're most passionate about and make a difference in the world. And so if you can't, get your cash flow kind of predictable and sustainable, then you can't scale and you can't invest in the things you want, hiring the people you want. You can't keep a consistent budget. You're constantly going in and out of business debt all the time. And, at the end of the day, even if you do come up with a recurring revenue model, it can be a struggle to even get traffic to it and that sort of thing. So what we're going to do real quickly is just break down, right? Because if you don't already have a recurring revenue model in your business, it really just takes sitting down with a piece of paper and a pen and coming up with some ideas. Now, what I would do first, is brainstorm real quickly here, like just off the top of your head, what are some recurring revenue model ideas you could think of, for your business specifically, and just get them out on paper. Spend no more than 10, 15 seconds, just, okay, clear your mind. And then what I would say is go ask people. You thought I was about to show you, hey, use these, 3, 4, 5 tactics to figure out the perfect recurring revenue, model. Nope. What I'm going to tell you right now is dump all that stuff, get it out of your head, get your own ideas out of your head, dump them on paper real quick, and then go ask people, and don't bring your preconceived notions into it too much. Ask your already happy customers. If you don't have any customers, go ask strangers in your industry. Like, hey, what's your biggest painful problem? And how would you like to see it solved? And then would it be a crazy idea to pay monthly for something like that? And just start asking people, what is, and again, you can ask them even, like, what is the most recurring problem that you're dealing with? Or what is, recurringly, what's the most recurring disappointment you have with our service? Or what's the most recurring disappointment you have with this industry? And just find out. And, very quickly, people will tell you what they want. And then you can just ask them, okay, how much would that be worth for you? And boom. All right, you just came up with your recurring revenue model. Now, you're watching a YouTube video right now, so you might not have a lot of time to go ask a ton of people and get that feedback. So a few things you can keep in the back of your mind as you're doing that is, it's really gonna, break, this recurring revenue model is probably going to fall in one of 3 buckets, right? The first bucket is what I would call, software, right? Today in 2023, one of the easiest, fastest recurring revenue models that you can create or bolt on to your company is a software as a service. So this again will come from asking people or just looking at, okay, whatever our customer interactions. If there's anything that you're like having to track for people in like a spreadsheet, so like Excel or something, boom, very quickly that can probably be turned into a software that just does it, either for your customers or that does it for other businesses who are like you, who up to this point have been your competition, but now suddenly you can be like, hey, we've been, delivering this awesome product, this awesome service to our customers for so long, but we found that we had to track all this stuff in a spreadsheet and it was a nightmare. So we created a piece of software that just does it all for you. And boom, now we're selling it to other, whatever, water restoration owners or whoever it is in your industry. And suddenly you can go from competing with these folks to you just opened up a whole nother slate of market share. You're going to start being seen as an authority in the space that can start exploding in all sorts of different directions. Again, the software question here, you could be looking at just internally, what are we doing every single day? You can be looking at competitors, like what are our competitors providing to our customers? Ancillary products, like what are the things that people have to buy in order to use your product or service. This can just explode in a lot of different ways, and there's bajillions of YouTube channels all about building SaaS companies and things like that. Sometimes it's not even as difficult as that. Another thing too that works really well, I would point out, is like if you just go find some affiliate softwares. So there's probably all sorts of solutions that you use, maybe DocuSign type softwares or data scrubbing softwares, anything like that you're using inside your business, that would benefit your customers as well. You literally just go ask them like, hey, do you guys have an affiliate link or something I can sign up for, and send it to people, give it to people. If you're a consultant, if you're doing consulting work for people, and you're helping them put together solutions and things, well, definitely go form partnerships with like the other software companies that you might be like, hey, you guys need this CRM, or you guys when you're telling your clients, hey, you should use X, Y, and Z. If you can go find like an affiliate link, or even better, build your own and then sell it to them, boom, you're off to the races. A really good example of this, because this can go any direction. If you've got a physical store, local business, you can still create a software that helps people create an app that helps people, and charge monthly for that. You can, if you're on the other side of the spectrum and all you do is information like consulting or coaching, that sort of thing, you can create a software. This is an example. Ted Thomas is a guy, I see his ads all the time. He teaches people how to do tax deed investing, whole thing there. And just recently, he released a software that allows people to go to their state, their county, and basically the software automatically compiles this list of these tax deed properties. And up to this point, it's been super manual. It's been super like, you got to go down, you literally got to drive down to the county and ask them for this big old outdated book and look through this list with pen and paper, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So he's been just teaching people how to do this for a long time, teaching them how to do it. So if you're in an information business, like, that's awesome. If you're teaching people how to do something and they have to manually go do any sort of task, if you can find a piece of software that shortcuts that in any way, shape, or form, you're off to the races. Because now you can go both ways. You can teach people, hey, this is what you need to do. Here's some information on how to do it. Let me coach you. Here's my big high ticket course, etc., whatever. And by the way, if you you purchase this course, I'll give you a discount. I'll lock you in at 50% off this software that's going to do the work for you for life. You can really quickly make an irresistible offer there and just blast through things. And likewise, you can flip it the other side. If you got this software, like, hey, anybody who's already doing tax deed investing, here's a software that eliminates 80% of the work for you. By the way, if you want coaching, or if you want my course that shows you how to get the most out of this and turn a profit real quick, here's that. So you can go back and forth both ways. So again, I would just, ask your customers what it is that they are doing manually, what it is they're most frustrated with, or that takes them the most time. And very quickly you can create a piece of software that is recurring. Now, another bucket that your recurring revenue model might fall into is info. So did you know there are such thing as paid newsletters? There's all sorts of, one of my favorite things here is, patreon.com. This is for like artists and creators. Again, on a monthly basis, people can come and support them, as they create their art, their music. A lot of people like YouTubers been taking off there, that sort of thing. And just on a monthly basis, they provide exclusive content, right? So exclusivity is one of the biggest movers when it comes to pricing and value. What makes, business more expensive than coach on an airplane? Yeah, there's, obviously some improvements in the quality of the service. But at the end of the day, it's still, you're both seated on the same airplane and you're both still going to take, 14 hours to get from Los Angeles to Shanghai. So at the end of the day, what really makes, the business class different is the exclusivity and some of the bonus perks. It doesn't cost them that much more to put in these perks. And the same thing, you can do it with information. Just by maybe you create a newsletter, and if you're already mailing your list, like, hey, here's 3 ways to do X, Y, and Z, then you can, for your paid newsletter, by the way, there's 5 other ways you can get this, you can fix this problem in your life or this solution, and boom, like, there you go. Just take whatever you're already creating, and instead of giving all of it to everybody, keep some of it as exclusive paid content for your most loyal fans, most loyal customers, things like that. And again, it comes down to, if you're doing a lot of support for your customers. Okay, so this could be a software company, this could be a physical products, company, local brick and mortar business. Obviously, this can be like an, coach, agencies, things like that. In any of these businesses, if you're having to do a lot of support for people, solving problems, helping them troubleshoot things, creating a paid newsletter or a paid guide or course, or things like that. And courses too can be on a membership model. A lot of people get stuck on like, oh, if I build a course, I can only charge like one time for it. It's like, no, you can literally charge on a monthly recurring basis. Another real easy one here that I love is, like, if you got a big course that you're selling, but you can only sell, you're selling it one time for $5,000, $10,000, whatever. Just by tacking on a monthly live call on Zoom, boom, you can start charging a couple $100 every month for that. I know a guy, he's, makes multi-millions every single year. All his business model now is he's eliminated everything. Is he does like one Facebook Live a week. That's his marketing. And I don't even know if it's that much anymore, because he's built up so many recurring revenue customers. But he does one, like Facebook Live to market it. At the end, he says, hey, if you want to learn more about, he coaches people on real estate. And, if you want to learn more about my program, here's the link that, they click the link, and that goes to a landing page, a sales page. And the sales page basically sells them on a course, buy this course to learn about real estate or whatever. And then, by the way, when they buy it, there's a little order bump, and it says like, hey, do you want to add, direct coaching with the lead coach here? He hops on Zoom once a month, and I'm pretty sure he charges, $300 for that. And he's got hundreds of people, hundreds and thousands of people by now who have joined this thing, and they just pay every month their $300. They're more than happy. He hops in there once a month, answers the questions as they come up. He's pointed out a lot of people don't even show up to the calls. They're paying for them, but human nature, but they keep paying me, so I'll do it. And he for a while they had like a phone number on the sales page, so that people could call and buy. But then he was like, I don't want to deal with any more sales calls, none of that. Take that phone number off the sales page. Like, he is living the dream now, just showing up once and doing that like group call like that, and just charging a modest price that makes sense for his industry. And then lastly, bucket here would be a physical product. Now, one of my favorites are these like subscription box clubs, right? So you can look here, we got all sorts of things here. Obviously these are like products in of themselves. Like every plate they'll send different recipes every week, but some of these get kind of real crazy. Like, you got the game boxes here, so every month they send a new like game thing, and this business model is like totally self-contained, right? But in a similar way, depending on what it is, you could create again, like swag bundles that, like, hey, if you want to join our VIP club, we send you a swag bundle, featuring our logo. Like you can just bundle all this stuff together and be sending it on a monthly basis. Go use, any sort of like Printify service, any of these sorts of things. And yeah, and they'll just, print everything, do everything for you. All you got to do is come up. You don't have to do it monthly. You can do it by quarter or whatever. Just hire a college intern to go and design 12 of these for you, and boom, there you go. You got your year's worth of supply done, and you just let it automatically send out to people. And so you can just immediately, whatever, if it's a service, if it's you own a car cleaning company. It's a car wash. Like, hey, do you want our maintenance kit that will, mail to you every single month? And you just include some cleaning products in that for, whatever, like some wipes. It's super, super easy. And you can just add, your margin on top. And this is how you plug in immediately some recurring revenue, keep your business afloat. Being able to project like, hey, here's what we can actually put into marketing. Here's what we can actually put into hiring new people. Here's how much profit we can take out every month, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you just, find something in one of these buckets, implement it fast. Don't worry about it being perfect. Does not need to be perfect. Get it out there. If it's messy, great. You'll get feedback real quickly on what exactly people want. And it's crazy. This is actually how I started my first successful business, because I was so like, I saw a lot of other people going for like the bigger high ticket stuff. And my mentor pointed out, you should go for the stuff where you're going to have to, like, yeah, it's going to take work to close the sale. But once you close the sale, maintain the relationships and that sort of thing. And you'll be good there. So that's what I would recommend. Find a recurring revenue product in one of these three buckets. Now, once you've got one of these, what's even better is if you can just drive recurring leads like on a monthly basis into your business to keep filling this up, kind of like this guy did. And I, personally don't like having to hop on Facebook and do stuff like that. What I would recommend in that case, if you're just wanting to inject, tons of customers and leads every single month and do the work once, is my mentor, Paul Murphy. I'll make sure this link is in the chat. He's got a webinar right now, shows people how to get free Google ads today. The real strength of Google is it's the number one search platform. You can use this method to immediately get on the top, 1, 2, 3, or 4 positions on Google. It's evergreen. You do this work once and then you're there and you basically stay. There's thousands, okay, millions, but for your industry, for your niche, let's just be a little more realistic here, right? That there's thousands of people around the world searching for your service, your product. Even if you're a local business, like I said, like a car wash, you can still use this method to get people into your pipeline, either interested in your primary product and service or interested in your recurring revenue model, product or service. And even better, if you can get this recurring revenue model to be your primary product or service. And like, that's, again, like, I just love 1-2 punches. How can we figure out something that's just rock star here, that's going to give you lots of security in your business, but then let's supercharge it by just every single month sending more and more new customers to it, signing up for it, so that very quickly you've built this nest egg of subscribers, ongoing clients. And like that, a business is evaluated on what their cash flow is, right? And the fact that you've just got monthly recurring revenue coming in every single month is just going to be huge. And that's what people are going to want to buy when they go to buy your business, or that's what's going to give you the freedom and time and ability to sit up with your feet back and actually go out and work on the things that you want to work on and make an impact in the world by pouring yourself into your passions. So hopefully, these have given you some ideas to ruminate on. Don't, like I said, go ask your customers or your prospects what they would want. Listen to them, build something based on that, and you'll be set up for success there. And also, just let me know in the comments below, like what idea do you have right now for a recurring revenue model you could implement in your business today? Like, what comes top of mind? Don't overthink it. Just type it into the comments. Let me know. Let's group think here. Share with everybody else that you never know, your idea might inspire someone else, and that could totally radically change their life, change their business forever. So I'd love to see what ideas you have in the comments below for recurring revenue models. And then, as always, hit the bell, subscribe, because my next video is going to be on how to maximize your cash flow. I'm going to go deeper in on that and show you really a proven blueprint for improving your business's financial health, especially here in 2023. And if you hit the bell and subscribe, you'll be notified as soon as that one goes live. Until then, I'll see you. Stay awesome.